and welcome to the TVMusic Network Podcast with Phyllis and Belinda. I'm Phyllis.
And I'm Belinda.
And today we're going to be discussing So You Think You Can Dance, the season, the finale, everything that happened in the 16th season of the show, Sweet 16 as they called it. Belinda, talk a little bit about the show this season. There was a new panel of judges that went with the old ones, and just like a little general formats, I guess.
Yeah, there was two judges this year. Well, first we had returning judges. We had Nigel
Lythgoe.
Yeah, who's also one of the creators of the show.
And executive producer.
And Mary Murphy, who returned. And,
Mary did.
Yeah, and Mary was there. Then we had two new judges. We had Dominic D Trix Sandoval, and we had LaurieAnn Gibson.
Right.
Now, LaurieAnn Gibson is
she's
for those who don't know, she's a choreographer. She's worked with everyone in the business. Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry.
Right.
Diddy.
Started on In Living Color.
Yeah, big names. She's done it.
Right.
She was a fly girl on In Living Color.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who, know the fly girls. And she's one of the biggest choreographers in the business. So her being on the show.
She had her own reality show for a while too, right?
She sure did, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I know her best from being on Diddy. Being on Diddy's Making the Band show.
Yeah. Oh my God, Making the Band, the best.
So there's her.
Uh-huh.
And then there was Dominic, who was a contestant on season 3. He was a b-boy. On season 3, he was a contestant. And so when they came on the show, I thought, this is going to be great because Dominic, like Twitch did the previous year before.
I like when they have an alum there.
Yeah.
Because that shows the people who are, competing that season that this is a possible future. If you don't win, you can still have a successful career in dance if that's what you want to do. And I think he represented that by being on the show.
Yeah. And one thing about him being like Twitch, like you said, he knows what they're going through from all areas.
Right.
Because when you compete on a show like that, and So You Think You Can Dance or any other reality show, you have these judges, famous celebrities or sometimes, judges. They're giving you advice about the business and about the industry and just about dancing at all. And a lot of times it's kind of like...
It's like an overall picture.
An overall picture of it. Or it's been a long time since they did it and the industry's changed a lot.
Yeah.
And it's been like, or they never competed on a reality show.
Right.
Like they've been auditioning all their lives, but they've never been on a reality show in that sense. So Dominic gives you that, like Twitch, they give you that perspective. Because if you look at Twitch didn't win.
Or being on the camera
Twitch
all the time.
was the runner-up.
Right.
Dominic finished in the top 10. They both went on to have these good careers. Dominic won an Emmy.
Right.
Dominic won an Emmy.
Right.
For my favorite, the Quest Crew.
and Twitch hit the jackpot.
And Twitch hit the jackpot.
The DJ, the co-host announcer on Ellen.
Yeah.
He's her sidekick on Ellen DeGeneres show.
Can't get big that.
And on Ellen's Game of Games.
Yeah, that's right. He's on TV every day.
Right.
With Ellen 5 days a week. Plus, he has started his own company. Him and his wife, Allison, who's also an alumni from So You Can Dance.
Right.
They start their own company.
Right.
They do, they have a clothing line. So that shows you don't necessarily have to win the show.
They had worked with Freeform for a while, too, during their choreography of their Halloween specials, too.
Yeah, and by both of them being alumni of the show, they can talk to the contestants. They went on the tour.
Right.
They know how many routines you have to come up with, working with the partner you never met before. Mm-hmm. So they can give you that aspect of it. Where sometimes, like a Kat, when we talk to Kat, who's the host, Kat goes, I can't give you any kind of dancing things.
Right.
But I can come in and say, wait a minute, you told this contestant this, and now you said this.
Right.
She can do that stuff. And I think with Mary was a, Latin ballroom dancer.
Right.
Danced for years.
Genres.
So she can tell all the Latin dancers about genre, practice, rehearsal, about auditioning, about so-and-so. But even she said, sometimes you have to think of, a different generation. Nigel was produced stuff and whatever. So I thought Dominic would be great in that aspect.
Right.
Would be great in all that stuff. And he was great in all that, especially working with the b-boy since he is a b-boy.
Right.
But I thought he was a little soft. He was crying. He was emotional.
Yeah, he's very emotional.
And I don't know if it's because, as we said in past papers, no one wants to be the bad judge anymore.
Right, of course.
Or maybe he felt when he was making a decision where to put them through and he was like the last one, maybe he's thinking, I didn't have all that experience. Someone gave me that chance.
Right. I think, too, it's a little bit of like starstruck. Oh my God, I'm actually judging on a show that I was going to be on. People are actually listening to my opinion. People want to know what I think. And I think he's got a little bit of fanboy for the show itself still in him. And I don't know, did he ever really disagree with Nigel? Whenever Nigel said something? You know, so it's just like, oh my God, my mentor, my hero, the one that gave him a little start, said that we should do this. So I think I'm going to agree with it.
You know, you're right. And in fact, we talked to everyone, all the contestants after the show,
at
the finale, and the judges. He did say that.
Yeah.
He did say, I have to think of how this show changed his life.
Exactly.
Because he went from the show on to being on America's Best Dance Crew, then coming back to help them judge America's Best Dance Crew, on to making his own internet show that he has now.
Can we talk about how this show has started and maintained everyone's careers too? I'm thinking a lot of those So You Can Dance alumni on Dancing with the Stars. Their whole dance crew practically were the dance. Just pretty much everything. They have So You Think You Can Dance and Nigel Lythgoe to thank for that, I think.
A lot of them do. All these shows. All these dance shows. It gets a little bit annoying at times.
I know you say that.
When you hear about all these dance shows and all this press, and it's no disrespect to dancing, no disrespect to J-Lo, and you know, what's J-Lo? World of Dance.
World of Dance.
No disrespect. I mean, Paula had a show a couple years back. Other shows in the past, even Dance Moms.
Yeah.
And they get all this press and talk and this and that, and So You Can Dance has now been like this little show that can it still do it? It's like, if it wasn't for that show, there'd be none of those other shows.
Right, exactly.
There would not be any of those other shows. And then and they have the 16 Emmy wins. Yeah. We won't talk about the nominations and losses. We won't talk about that and how it took them 7 years to even get a nomination. It took like 7 seasons to get nominated for the show one season.
And now RuPaul's Drag Race is winning all the time.
Is winning all the time.
No offense to them either.
Yeah, it's no offense to them. I don't even put them in. I'm not classifying the reality shows. I'm talking just the dance shows.
Exactly.
But yeah, and so it gets a little noisy at times. And if you think about all the alumni from that show, if you want to start naming alumni and what they've gone to do from all of these shows, they hit number one. In fact, if you look at if you look at the 10, 12, 13 of them who used to be on, so I think that are part of Dance with the Stars.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Dimitri, Lindsay, Whitney, Lacey, Chelsea, Alan. Should we name more? Jenna. And the list goes on. Haley, The Truth. The list goes on. And then not to mention how many people from So You Think are on Broadway. Yeah. Or are doing stuff. Look at Ricky and Melanie, former winners on the show. Travis right now is doing a Broadway production.
Choreographing.
Spencer, Travis, one of the choreographers. A lot of it comes from So You Think. Right. Sonia's doing a thing, and people mainly know her from So You Think as a choreographer. Her name wrong. So you think of that. Right. So, and then you see them on the Oscars. When you look at dance from the Oscars, I always look at the list, and there's always someone from So You Can Dance, and some of the names that people know, the Twitches, and they know Twitch, they know Allison, they know whatever. There's a lot of names that you might not know, and they're dancing. You may not, that person, I don't remember.
Right, someone who may not have made it to the top 5 or whatever, but they were in the top 10.
Yeah, you look at Philip. Philip's a name you're not going to know. He's busting out Taylor Swift's videos and doing choreography. So you really don't think of that. And then you also think of Hawk and Dominic with Quest Group at the Super Bowl, dancing with Madonna when she got the thing with LMFAO. And,
that was badass.
And all that. So a lot when you look at it, I get a little annoyed by it. I'm a fan of all the shows, but So You Can Dance is my favorite dance show. Yeah. So I get all defensive and everything else from that. Right. And so that's the issue on Dominic. LaurieAnn, when you watch LaurieAnn on these shows, LaurieAnn is tough. I mean, LaurieAnn, she's tough. You watch her, she's tough. She's getting them all. She's getting them ready. And people are like, oh, you're so mean, you're so tough. And she was like, you have to be to do the business. And her background, she was studied, and even at Alvin Ailey. Right. You have to be.
Yeah, they're tough.
And she was saying just the opportunities you get. Right. As a dancer, and too, she's a minority black dancer. there's not, when there's a video shoot, there isn't as many roles when she was dancing.
Right.
Where there would be for, other dances of other, nationalities. So she had to,
Right.
Only, there's 25 black girls and they're only going to pick one.
Right.
We pick 15 dancers. There's probably only going to pick one.
What in the the competition?
So one Latino.
Really
they might pick
strict.
one Asian, maybe one black,
Right.
and then the other ones would be, Caucasian. So she said you have to be. So she was kind of tough.
Right.
On those. So I thought she would be a lot tougher. And she was kind of soft and kind of sweet and muffin and honey and kind of like emotional and all that.
I thought she decided to coach and mother and stuff as well. Seemed like a coaching season rather than a regular hardcore professional dancing season. They thought of it as a boot camp, as a college, as something like that, where you get evaluated at the end of the season. When I think of my favorite dance movie of all time, Center Stage.
That is your favorite dance
yes,
of all time.
I love that movie. And I always mention it to you. I just love that movie because I'm a ballet girl. I think that is why. Because it's a strict ballet, whatever movie. Anyway, when I think of that...
What would be your second one?
I don't know.
I'm just curious.
What would be my second dance movie?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really don't. I would say maybe...
Are you going by movies?
I'm going by movies where people dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering, is it like, are you not counting on movies that may have been based on musicals?
No, that's not a dance movie to me.
Okay, so that's not a dance movie. Okay.
A dance movie to me is someone who wants to be a professional dancer. They dance, and dancing is the main subject of the movie. That's what I mean.
So that's your definition.
You think of a chorus line. Yes, that's a dance movie.
Band.
Yes,
that's a whole other podcast.
Yes.
We will be doing.
We can't get off subject.
We will be doing that with this new Menudo movie.
We have this whole differentiation thing going on.
I was just curious to know, because when I thought of you and I thought of dance, Center Stage wasn't the first thing that came to my mind.
What do you
think? I was just trying to think of what were you classifying them as, like musicals or as like other stuff?
No, there's a difference between a dance movie
based on a musical you really wouldn't count because you think of that as being something different.
Yes, unless the person is a performer in the business or something like that. And I don't think of Dreamgirls because, number one, there's not a lot of dancing in it.
I didn't say Dreamgirls.
I thought you did say Dreamgirls right now. What did you say?
I said of a musical that's based on a dance movie. Like a chorus line.
Yes,
that's a dance Side Story.
The movie version that they did of that was not my favorite, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about it.
We know that.
We don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
can I get back to Center Stage?
The movie and not the musicals. Okay.
The movie and the subject matter.
Got it.
These people want to be professional dancers.
Got it.
That makes it a dance movie to me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, when I get back to Center Stage, my favorite dance movie of all time, I think of how hard those teachers were on those students and how much they made them practice. They talked about the discipline. They did all that stuff. I feel like LaurieAnn's previous shows had that kind of mentality. I think of like Fame with Debbie Allen. Those like that, you want big dreams? Well, dreams cost, and you're going to pay right now.
Flash dance.
Yes, exactly. Those are dance movies.
Yeah, I was just curious.
There you go.
I know when you mentioned Center Stage, I was just, okay.
That's why. Center Stage is my favorite because it's ballet. Okay. Anyway, when you think about that, I think that's what LaurieAnn was doing before. Being tough, being this, being that. And So You Think You Can Dance doesn't do that. I think that they would do that if the dancers were more experienced. But sometimes they're dancers who just not getting their big break. This is the first time ever being at the academy. First time ever dancing to choreography. First time ever taking instructions. First time ever really dancing with people. It just seems that way. It may not be that way for all of them, but it seems like that's the average way. And that's the way that the show and the coaching and the judging panel chose to do it this season.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had Melanie's, if they had like Catherine's, if they had Ricky's, people besides Gino who had all this professional experience, I think they would have been tougher on them.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. I see your point. But we've also seen LaurieAnn on shows where she didn't have as much experience and she was still tough. But that could be in the editing. Because Diddy wants drama.
Of
you
course.
know VH1 wants drama.
Right.
You know the other show she's doing wanted drama. Right. But here, so they could dance, maybe like, we only have so many hours to use.
Yeah, and it's
we
a guest.
Can't focus
and
on
you're a guest in Nigel's
the drama.
House and in Dev's house. So she's not going to go there and be tough and bitchy and all that kind of stuff when it's not her show. Yeah. Number one. I think, like, if they get more seasons and she goes and she's more comfortable, then I think she can do that. But I think initially you're not going to do that. You're going to be in your best behavior.
Well, I need LaurieAnn being tough. And of course, as you know, we go to these things, we go backstage, we ask questions, we tell you. Of course I asked.
Of course you do.
I asked her. I said, LaurieAnn.
Girl,
you only gave a little tough love to one person. Are you going to be giving more love and anything else? She said she was giving them a chance to get their feet warm, get the testing warm, and she was going to be on them the following week. She wasn't, in my opinion.
Because they needed more than a week to get their shit together.
I'm not looking for someone to tell them they suck. You know, I don't want to look and tell them this dance wasn't the best.
On national TV.
On national TV. However, I think when you look at, and that's one of my slight frustrations, is the lack of hours for the show. I think some people needed more, what do you call it?
Polish, experience?
Critiques.
Right.
Constructive criticism.
Right.
That's the word you use. Because when you go every single week and you say, you're great, oh, it was a great, I love you, I stand up, oh my God, I'm going to cry, I'm up, and so. It doesn't prepare you
for the real world.
For the real world.
Where some of those choreographers, when you go in that line, will be like, okay, next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came today, you weren't ready.
Yes.
You actually came.
That is a true story.
Yeah.
It's an absolute true story. How, for the message, they went up for a thing, and they, I guess we should put that on another podcast. But it was friend singing, notes, practice.
Right.
Show. They said sing. It was a reality show.
They tried to sing and couldn't.
Yeah, they said sing. The person who did the three, and they said, okay, thank you. They're like, wait a minute, I auditioned this song. I set it up. I'm auditioning. I prepared my 3-minute song. Right. I have my backup song.
And I only sang 3 notes.
I am sang professionally, you know. I've sang professionally. I have recorded records.
Right.
I am now trying out for this singing reality show.
They're
and
looking
I am
for
trying
something else.
out. And in that 2 seconds, like, you didn't even hear me, you know, sing. And it happened.
It's called the business.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
And my friend was upset.
Right.
And her sister was upset because they were like, you know, I'm sorry, if you're going to make a show that's going to cater to singing and cater to this, and we're going to listen to you and not look at you, that show, to hear your voice, then I should have been able to have more than 3 seconds of singing.
To hear your voice.
To hear your voice. So I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway.
But it's a reality show at the same time.
So I think that's going to show you the real world.
Right.
So basically, we're not looking, but we are looking at you sing. But before you get to we don't hear you sing. But anyway, we'll talk about that show later. Into the podcast. So I think it's not set up for the real world. I also think, and I know it happens a lot in past seasons of the show, I think the dancers were older and they were more experienced.
These kids
and
are
one
like
of the
18
things that Misty Copeland would come on the show. She was a guest judge one the season, and she would always say, "Oh, you're great. You're a good dancer. So and so. You just need more experience." But what's happening? These kids are watching the show since they're 3 years old.
They've
been dancing since they were 2.
Being on the show becomes their experience.
They have watched the show. They have danced, and they're thinking, when I'm 18, I'm trying out. So now what's happening in this past season with the top 10? The oldest person was Madison. She was 21 years old.
Right.
Where the previous seasons we would have
someone who might have been 25,
whatever, and all that. And what I talked about on the previous podcast, when I watched the top 20 become 10, the top 20, which the judges picked, the top 10, which the judges picked,
right.
And when I saw certain people didn't get a lot of airtime,
right.
that then got eliminated for other dancers, it drove me crazy because I'm like, and I thought it would have been a better balance.
Theory about that.
I think it would have been a better balance in the top 10.
I think the reason that the judges picked so much of the show was because they needed to do it
less hours,
pre-tape it, pre-tape it, less hours and budgets.
Yeah,
I think that's the reason why they said let's give America 4 weeks to vote or 5 weeks to vote or something like that, and that's about it.
Okay,
I think that's the reason why.
With that. Okay,
but,
I'm okay with that.
But
if you're going to pick the top 10 because you don't have a top 20,
right?
Because you don't have a lot of hours, and Nigel has said 100 times because, of course, I've asked. He wants a top 20. He doesn't want the judges to pick it,
right?
But due to the hours, they get a top 20, and then like last season, top 20 booms a twist, and you're going home the next week, and everybody got shocked.
That worked.
This time it was different.
Yeah.
This time everybody knew it was going to be a top 24 week, and then it was going to go to a top 10. But my thing, if you're going to pick them, I think they should have picked more of a variety. And I asked them as well, and they said there was like fighting words. They were like not disagreeing on these 10 people.
Right.
And they were like, well, can we live with each other with these top 10?
And sometimes you have to compromise or just be okay with it.
Yeah, but I just thought there was a couple people that kind of would have balanced it out more to me, and they would have balanced out the age range. Right. Because you're having a competition that is from 18 to 30, I think is the new range. Right. And then everyone's under 21 and under. There had to be some people in there. Yeah. That, and I saw some. We won't go into that because it's on a previous podcast. Right. So I think that would have balanced it out more. So that's what I thought about those two of them.
Yeah. So
maybe next season.
Right.
Because there should be a season 17.
Fingers crossed.
They did put out a video during the finale that was looking for auditions for the next season. So, of course, I asked Nigel, what's going on? Are we greenlit? Are we not? Tell me. What can you tell me? He said they are not officially greenlit. Right. However, they did put the video out there because you have to plan and prepare if you are greenlit.
And get tapes, get audition
and you
tapes.
And you have to make tapes anyway. So that guideline is said to make your tape, gives you time to practice and make your tape and get ready. So hopefully that will work out.
Okay, well, let's get back to season 16.
Yes.
And we had our top 4, the final 4 top 4. We can talk about them. We had Bailey, we had Sophie, Mariah, and Gino. Yes. And with that top 4, the judges were saying, and I don't know if it was anybody else, but the judges mostly were saying that this is a very, very, great season. You had a good top 4. It was a solid, strong top 4. What did you think of the top 4 that they picked?
What did you think?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a good top 4. The main thing about it, I think, was, because there wasn't a lot of experience there, they had to count on personality and performance and style and stuff at the same time and not so much technique. I feel like Gino, of course, was like the best technical dancer. That kid's incredible. He's a really good dancer. It's like, I think he'll have a great career, and I'm interested to see, where he goes from now. But I think they had to have the personalities and the styles and things of the dance. And it was of the dances. The little individual numbers they did and the styles and the little cutesy little numbers they did really strengthened Bailey and Mariah as a couple, as a little dance, as dance partners, because they got to show more personality, I think, than they did technique and genre and stuff, but not to take away from their performances, because I thought they did really good. For number one, for what they were given. Number two, how often do you see a black girl, little Mariah, in the top 4? Not very often. And so I thought it was a really good season.
You look back,
yeah.
Jasmine?
Yeah, see? You got to think.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Jasmine.
Was Comfort in it? No.
Oh, no. Comfort didn't even make the top 11.
Right.
Comfort went out at number 11.
Right.
And right when her and Thane got eliminated, Thane, who's on Broadway in Hamilton, by the way.
There you go.
Another one. They said that same show, we're going to have you two come back and be on our tour. Right. So they already said it. We're going to have you come back on our tour. And then the next week, Jessica, who was in the top 10, got hurt.
Right.
So Comfort, she had to be eliminated from the competition. So they took her on tour with Comfort as well. Right. So the top 11 went on tour. And then they were in the top 11. Then they ended up getting Chelsea. Right. And Black Chelsea. There's two Chelseas, white Chelsea, black Chelsea. Chelsea Hightower also on Dancing with the Stars. At one
Right.
point.
She was on Dance with the Stars alone.
Chelsea. They took both Chelsea, so Chelsea to be in the alternate with Thane.
Right.
And then so on that tour, there ended up being 13 of them.
Right.
On that top 10 tour to season 4 for real. Anyway, yeah. What do you think about that, Jasmine?
Right.
Sabra.
Right. So that's I'm like, you go,
Girls
Mariah.
or guys?
I was thinking girls.
Girls, yeah.
Because of the way it happened now.
Girls.
Sophie,
done.
white girl. Gino, Italian guy.
Yeah.
Bailey, what's he?
Asian.
Filipino?
Filipino, yeah.
And then Mariah, black girl.
Yeah.
There you
go. I didn't look at it that way. Because you
Yeah.
try not to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one thing two things. LaurieAnn said that. LaurieAnn said Mariah's audition. I see something in you. I see myself.
Yeah.
You don't have you're not aware of how good you actually are. If you set your mind to it and could be,
right,
you could get there. And I asked Mariah about that.
Right.
When LaurieAnn told her, and LaurieAnn even said at the finale after the show, and Mariah goes, she's right. I was trying out. I was 18. I didn't, Right. And Mariah worked really hard. I mean, she worked really hard and got
Do you think Mariah
herself there.
Thought that, so you think you can dance or dancing could be a career for her? Or do you think she thought, I'm a really great dancer. I need to see what I can do, all this kind of stuff. I'm going to try out. Then once she tried out and once she made it, then she decided, hey, I think I can do this for a living.
Her and Sophie both told me they didn't think they were going to make the top 10.
Exactly.
Her, Bailey and Gino didn't say it.
Yeah.
But Sophie and Mariah definitely said to me they did not think they were going to make the top 10. And I didn't think they were going to make the top 10 either. And I don't mean it as no disrespect, but when you look at the top
by the show's history.
20 girls and show history,
right? And
what happened the very first show, after the first show, I still thought we were going to lose Sophie, but I thought, wow, Mariah and Bailey are paired up together.
Right.
That's a strong fit because you are paired up with the partner.
Yeah.
Every season you're paired up, and that helps some people, and that
helped the two of them.
Hurts some people.
Yeah.
For those two, it helped.
Yeah, but then for the girl who was with Gino the first time,
Stephanie,
it made them realize how much inexperience Stephanie had over Gino.
You think so?
Yes, I do think so. That's why I said it.
Okay. Because I didn't think so. I would have picked Stephanie. I would have, if I had to guess, and I always guess them.
No, I'm talking about compared to Gino. Compared to Gino. She's dancing with Gino. So you can see her flaws more than you can see anyone else's because she's dancing with Gino, who is such a better dancer than she is.
Well, the first dance they did was like this Latin kind of, wasn't it?
And I had issue with it.
And she was gone.
I had issue with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have an issue with it. I thought there was a good dance between the two of them. Oh, no. Correction.
Aha.
Correction.
Correction as in I'm right.
They danced twice that first time.
I don't know, but you mean correction?
They only danced once.
You mean correction as in I'm right?
Correction, you are right. They only danced once.
Yeah, and it was not good.
I was trying to think, how did her and Gino dance? Oh, okay.
I know how could be better.
Never mind.
It was messy.
Never mind. I know how they danced twice.
That's my new word.
Because the show was once a week.
Right.
So when they came back the second week, they danced. The first week they danced to Luther Brown's hip hop number.
Oh, God.
And Dominic and Nigel critiqued Gino. You weren't as sharp. You weren't as tight.
Yeah,
you were
like, come on.
And they all praised Stephanie.
Yeah.
And they were right. Gino wasn't as sharp to me in the hip hop. Yeah. You let it play. And LaurieAnn said, you let it play in your head.
Yeah.
And I think he went
back
he's like,
to the hotel. I don't know the first thing about hip hop. Yeah.
And I asked him about it. And he did go back to the hotel, and he was, and when you do hip hop, we always say it, hip hop by numbers. You always see this one dancer, like 1, 2, 3, 1. It's only on that number. Right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And he worked, and then when he started letting it think in his head, like, oh my God, I got 1, 2, 3. Okay, now move, now kick, now it's exactly what he was doing. LaurieAnn called it.
Yeah.
I asked him,
dance
he
by
said
numbers.
It, yeah.
Right.
Dance by numbers. And then once he did the hip hop later on, which was with Comfort as an all-star, and you're dancing with Comfort, you got to bring it.
Yeah, and she gave him.
You got to bring it.
She gave him some good.
And it was also another Luther choreography number. And
Luther had a good season.
And
he had a good year.
Did good. Yeah, and he did good.
He was nominated for an Emmy this year.
Yeah, Luther and Travis
last season
were nominated for an Emmy, and Neither one won.
Yeah,
I was
but
pushing
it kept, so you think he could dance his name out there.
Luther's dances were great. I predicted they were going to be Emmys when he did it last season. Travis's, I told Travis he was going to be nominated for his dance the minute he did his dances, and I was pushing for Travis.
Right.
And neither one ended up winning.
Right.
Tatiana won, who we've seen from dance. We know from dancing we know from dancing doing choreography before somebody could dance. She won for a number she did for World of Dance. But they were saying it was the best top 4.
And I don't think when they meant best, I don't know if they meant, I think they just meant collectively as a group of people together, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was necessarily the best top 4.
It wasn't.
Okay. I don't know if it was necessarily the best. Mm-hmm. Like you say, it wasn't. But I thought it was good for what they had.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been worse. Yeah. Let me put it that way.
Because I went back to look at the top 4 of all seasons. Just to refresh my memory. And
here we go.
I was a little bit, I had to think about the year Janine was there. It was Janine, Brandon.
What year was that?
That's season 5. Brandon and Evan. Right. And Evan was on Broadway, by the way.
Do you know how old those dancers were compared to this season's kids?
Janine was the baby. She was like 19 when she won.
19 as the youngest.
Yeah, I think
other ones were 21 as the.
Evan would have been the oldest. I think Brandon was like 22. I think Kayla was 22. I have to look at.
See,
and I think Evan was
older in season.
I think Evan was like 25 and 26. Right. So I was thinking maybe it would have been them.
Yeah.
But then I had to look back because I had to remember the top 4. And I remember 3, but I looked up to see who the fourth person was. It was Kayla. And then I think it's still season 2, my favorite season, which is Benji, Travis, Danielle, and Heidi. Is as the best top 4. Right. I was thinking season.
Well, maybe they meant in recent years.
Yeah. And I think it's to hype up the show.
Well, of course it's to hype up the show.
I understand that, but just say one of the best. Just like you say, it's America's favorite dancer because they changed that in season 2. Because
we could say one of the best.
When season 3 came, it became America's favorite dancer of America's best dancer.
Right.
Because people were saying the whole technical versus
But
whatever.
Then everybody has a different opinion of who the best is or what the best person is.
So I like to say America's favorite dancer, but I just think they should have said one of the best top 4s we've ever had.
Then, so
that's just my opinion.
Right.
But then again, if you ask 9 out of 10 people, they're not going to say my favorite season 2. They're going to say season 4 because season 4 is probably the most popular seasons of So You Could Dance with Twitch and Comfort. That's probably one of the most popular. That's when that show was at the height.
Right.
One of the most popular ones,
And the Wall of Emmys, I think Kat was nominated for an Emmy that year too. And, choreography, everything.
Yeah, so you got to think of Mia was hot at the time. On that show and Wayne, all those guys. So, yeah. But overall, because I know it sounds like I'm complaining about the top 4.
You are.
It's sounding like it. I did not predict the 2 girls.
Yeah.
But then after the first week, I thought Mariah for sure. And I was thinking Stephanie Mariah or, and at the Stephanie go, I thought Madison and Mariah because I really liked Madison.
Yes,
I really thought I thought Madison was the best girl in my opinion. That's what I thought. But I think once Stephanie lost Eddie and was paired with Gino,
what about Sophie?
Sophie. After Sophie lost Eddie and got paired up with Gino, I think that helped her as well. That got the 2 girls a chance to shine.
Right.
Bailey was like the underdog. I remember Bailey's first audition. I thought, wow, he's a B-boy. This is great. And then I thought, let's see how he does in choreography. Right. And he was picking it up. He was like doing this stuff or whatever.
He was able to do a lot of dance styles. He is so cute.
As a little button.
Oh my God, he's adorable.
He's just so adorable. And
him.
When I first saw how little, I thought he's going to have to pair him around. They need a little girl to pair him with. And when they did the first number, when they were dancing, and then all throughout the season, one of their best dances was the hip-hop number they did. It was a Luther Brown hip-hop number. Mariah just killed him, right? I'm like, Mariah's going for blood. She is like, don't stop me now. So I thought Bailey did fantastic.
Right.
Did I think he was going to win?
No.
I usually can guess these things and predict these things.
But when he did win, everyone was happy.
Oh yeah, nice.
That was a good choice. America voted well. He was strong, and it was one of those ones where he was just like a champion. You want to root for him.
Yeah.
He did really well. People just like his personality. So I think that's why when he won, there was like really no surprise.
Well, there was surprise.
No.
The Oregon. Okay, there was a couple surprises.
What I mean is, there was no surprise. Everybody would have went, yeah, that's a good choice.
Okay.
Not by like, Tiny Joe Dixon. That's what I mean by surprise. Yeah.
No, the surprise of the night was when Gino was eliminated at third place. Because I always said it's Gino's race to lose.
Right,
It
of
is
course.
his race to lose.
Right.
When they said his name, it was a gasp. It was like, what?
Well, yeah, that's
my God.
surprise.
That was a surprise
right.
that he went out at third. Because I thought for sure it was going to be him and Bailey in the top two. Mariah and Sophie will go out.
Right.
Sophie, Mariah, Gino,
right.
Bailey, or Bailey, Gino.
Right.
Because at that point, I didn't know. I thought Gino was going to win.
Right. So it ended up being Sophie went fourth, Gino went third, Mariah second, Bailey first. Then Bailey, he gets a cash prize, right?
Yeah.
And then Dance Spirit Magazine.
Yeah, Dance Spirit Magazine, yeah.
It was cute.
And they got trophies.
Yeah. Mariah had a trophy as runner-up. Bailey had one, too.
Mariah and Bailey gave trophies. No more of those flowers that would come out. I didn't even know they had a trophy.
Yeah.
I was like, where did these come from?
That was nice.
And Mariah had one, too, because when I saw Mariah with a trophy, I thought,
right.
Is she holding Bailey's trophy?
Right.
I even asked her, "Is that your trophy?"
That's cute.
That was the first. I thought that was good.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the top 10 goes out on tour.
Yes.
Belinda, talk a little bit about the tour.
Yes, they will be going out on tour. They start October 12th.
Right.
They're going to be starting in New Jersey and Atlantic City.
Good for them.
And it's a 40-city tour.
Which is really
and
nice.
It ends December 6th. They'll be in L.A. twice. They'll be here at the Orpheum Theater November 20th. Mm-hmm. Then December 5th, they'll be down at the Honda Center in Anaheim.
That'd be nice.
We got an Orange County date and an L.A. date. Because Lord knows that 45-minute,
right.
Those 40 miles could be a couple hours at times with traffic.
And then if you want more information about the tour
come to Vegas
and ticket time, then you can go to our website, TVMusicNetwork.net.
We'll have all the information.
Yeah.
So on that tour will be the top 10.
Right.
Including the top four we mentioned.
Right.
Plus, we have two all-stars. Mm-hmm. We're going to have Cyrus, and we're going to have Lauren Foderman, who won back in season 7, who was a winner. So it's going to be good. Yeah. And you'll be seeing all the routines you like from the season.
Right.
And then they also have, as you saw in the finale, they choreographed a new dance just for the tour. And they're going to do a couple of those as well.
Right.
So it's going to be fun. It's a great tour. Like I was telling the dancers too, this is the one time, I should say the one time, but this is the first time they're going to be on a tour where everyone's coming to see them. Because in their type of career and being a dancer, you're
backing up somebody.
Someone.
Or you're dancing with like 40 people on stage.
On a stage or in a choir or in a movie. Or,
right.
I mean, people are going to be buying a ticket. They're going to be coming. There's going to be a program with your picture on it.
That's cute.
Hope they have programs this year. And a T-shirt with your picture on it. And, and then after the show, the fans wait outside for you.
It's so sweet.
And they come out and they sign, shows over at 10. And then you see, like, families. You see, like, the mom and, like, the 5-year-old dancer.
Who's been watching the show. So she was hoping to try out someday. Yeah.
Yeah, so, it's a great tour.
It's a nostalgic thing, too.
It's a fun tour. And in L.A., and you get, like, the choreographers and, Kat usually comes on a tape.
It's a reunion, yeah.
Kat's usually on a tape and she introduces everything. But one of the years we were in L.A., Kat was there live to do the... Sweet. So you get little... Not saying you have to be in L.A. to get special stuff. But... It's a lot of fun. So all across the country, you should see it. Hopefully, a season 17 will be coming.
Right. That's my
knock
thoughts.
on wood.
Really quickly. If there is a season 17, and we do hope there are, what are your hopes for that season? As far as either compared to last season, something you want them to do that they used to do in the past or don't anymore, or something they've never done before.
Okay. I'd like to see them go back to the top 20.
Yes.
I would like to see more constructive criticism from the judges.
Right.
I would like to see the editing be a little more towards, so when they get to like the top 20 or the Academy.
You mean the package?
Just a little more editing that some of these people are like, oh, who are they? And like,
you want to get to more, you want to get to know them more.
Because if it's going to be pre-taped, which unfortunately we know it's going to be,
right,
and whatever, and also this season, they pre-taped everything.
Everything. The only show that was
live
was the finale. And a lot of that was pre-taped.
Well, in the finale, the group numbers are pre-taped because they're not going to reinvent the group numbers when you're watching at home. So, and I think it worked out better. It was pre-taped.
Right.
Tapes were long, but in that sense, I like to see them go back to the top 20. Maybe a little bit in the editing. If you know already this person is eliminated, maybe not give them so much airtime.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because when it bounced out, I also like to see musical guests return.
Oh,
because that used to be a big thing. We were talking
bucket
about.
List. I wish that they would do it for like a musical person to come and do it for free. Maybe
we were talking about a season 6 finale, right? When it was Adam Lambert, Jennifer Lopez, and Mary J. Blige performing.
Right.
I know. I asked Nigel. He said they can't do that because of the limited amount of time.
Right.
He would have dancers. But then let's get more dance troops in.
Right.
Let's get a
I miss the dance troops.
Routine.
I think that would be good. And one thing I would like to, like you said, with the packages. I'd like more of the kind of like behind the scenes kind of things where, and I think they do it on Idol a lot, but I'd like to see So You Think You Can Dance incorporate it, where they say 3 things that you liked about Gino. Say one thing that you didn't realize about Gino. Say one thing, how the contestants do that.
Like 10 seconds.
I like that.
They did it for like a minute this season.
Right.
And also I would like to see more alumni come back. And I don't mean as all-stars. I like that the all-stars were limited this time. But I would like to see some different all-stars come back.
I'd like to see them
come back. No disrespect
mentors
to the ones that keep coming back. But I like having Pasha come back of season 3. That was excellent as a choreographer. Yeah. We always love to see Dimitri.
Any excuse to bring up Dimitri.
When you have an excuse to bring up season 2 or Dimitri, you have to take it. And heads up.
Hi, Dimitri.
Speaking of...
Phyllis and Belinda say hi.
Speaking of old school, whatever, they played Incest this season.
Yeah.
Anytime.
That was nice.
That was very nice. In fact, I had to tweet the show and say,
right.
It was great hearing the Incest song on the show. Got to keep that going.
You know what I would like?
That's what I would like.
Right. I would like... Not so much different all-stars, whatever. I'd like different choreographers.
Yeah.
Fresh choreographers.
I did like Randy and Hef. I really liked Randy and Hef. Came this year. Both Randy and Hef they're dancers. They're hip-hop dancers. They dance with Chris Brown, Usher, all that.
Yeah.
I really liked seeing them.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Different. And Robert, another alumni, did a number this season and last season. It was fantastic.
Robert did a really good job. Yeah. I'd like to see him come back, but I'd like to see different choreographers, maybe get some different style and stuff. And I feel like I know Mary's there, and I know like ballrooms her thing.
Maybe Mary could do a number. Yes. I don't necessarily mean on a competition show where she has to judge.
Right.
Maybe she could come up with a routine for
one of the group numbers.
Yeah.
Because they don't really judge those, do they?
Or Nigel, they don't judge him. Or Nigel,
right.
Or
I think that would be nice, but I just kind of would. I want to see something new in the dance category, and maybe
no disrespect to choreographers, And I miss Stacey Tookie. Where is she?
Stacey Tookie.
Yeah, Spencer. I know Spencer's doing Broadway.
Right.
See, our choreographers are so busy.
Yeah. From the success of this show, their work got noticed, and that got them other work.
Is gone. They're way too busy.
Oh, yeah, because they're going to be real busy on February 2nd, 2020.
At the Super Bowl.
When they're staging the Super Bowl for Jennifer Lopez.
Busy. So, maybe some different choreographers. And I would like to see, like, alumni come back, maybe a couple of the winners, and just talk to them about this experience.
Exactly.
Show up because a lot of times people are like, where are the winners?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Exactly.
What's happening?
Right.
Yeah.
Little packages.
And maybe it's a commercial break.
Right.
Show a previous clip of another season, which they did where they got Dominic
Good.
They bust out his audition, and he was freaking out.
I think they do those more for anniversary shows, episode shows. True. Like when it gets to their 300 show. I don't even know how many they are.
And talk about. Go to a commercial and maybe show what Ricky's doing. Ricky is on Broadway and about to start. He's the one. He just filmed his last day of the West Side Story movie.
Yeah, it's the anniversary.
That's like a good thing to show someone,
right?
And then not so Ricky because he won. Show someone else, you know, who's not down the hallway and star. Show someone who's like, it would be like good. As we go to a break, as we go to a break, here's what season so-and-so's doing.
Right.
I know The Voice does it, and they do it like on a video.
Right.
Even put on a video.
They do it.
Put it online. But I love my show. I hope it comes back.
Yeah, we love it. We hope it comes back.
It was a good season.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like we're, I know I take it way too serious.
Well, when you love a show so much,
you get passionate.
You get passionate about it. That's your new word.
Screaming like Mary.
That's your word for the day, passionate.
Passionate, yeah.
Anyway. You can find me on Twitter at Phyllis_Thomas. Belinda, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter talking about So You Can Dance, bring my show back, and every winner and all the old great dancers. Nick Lazzarini, Danny said, on Belinda's LA Music.
And, and I think that would be really good. I want to just thank Ben Sound for this music that I am about to close us out with because it was really good.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.